A very good morning to all the students. This is Veena teacher. In the previous module, we started with the chapter transpiration. We have seen various experiments that demonstrates transpiration, and also we saw the working of Ganong's pottometer. In today's class, we're going to start with the kinds of transpiration. So the first kind of transpiration that we are going to see is cuticular transpiration. Now, what is a cuticle? Cuticle is a waxy layer on the epidermis surface of the leaf and the stem. So, children, whenever you see a leaf, there is a shiny layer that is present on the surface of the leaf. This shiny layer is called cuticle. So here, primarily the cuticle serves to prevent the evaporation of water from the leaf surfaces. However, in spite of cuticle being present, some evaporation does occur. Greater the thickness of the cuticle, lesser is the transpiration. That's the reason why desert plants tend to have thick cuticles so that maximum amount of transpiration can be reduced. Next is lenticular transpiration. What is a lenticule? This is the bark of the tree. Now, on the bark of the tree, there are minute openings present on the surface of the old woody stem. These openings are called lenticels. So, the stomata that are present on the green stem, when the stem becomes old and becomes woody, the stomata gets converted into lenticels. Lenticels are always open, they never close. And then from the lenticels, directly the evaporative loss of water takes place. So the amount of transpiration occurs from the lenticels is certainly more than cuticles, but lesser than stomatal transpiration. So let us see what is stomatal transpiration. Now here you can see the structure of stomata. Now let us understand the mechanism of transpiration from stomata. So this particular structure that you see on the epidermal surface of the leaf is called stomata. So what is the exact location of stomata? Minute openings on the epidermal layer of the leaf and green stem is the exact location of stomata. Now this stomata, it has bean-shaped structure cells called guard cells. So when the guard cells become turgid, the stomatal pore that is present in between the guard cells, it is open. And when the guard cells become flaccid or shrunken, then the stomatal pore that is present in between the guard cell, it also closes automatically. Now here you can see the vertical section of the leaf, and you can see here the guard cell is present and the stomata is present. Stomatal pore is present in between the guard cells, and here these are the internal cells of the leaf. Now let us understand the mechanism of how the evaporative loss of water is taking place from the stomata and how the water is coming outside the stomata. In stomatal transpiration, the water vapor escapes through the stomata of the leaf. Water, after absorption by the roots from the soil, rises up through the stem and reaches the tissue of the leaves through the veins. A large number of spongy mesophyll cells in the leaf have their surfaces exposed to the intracellular spaces. These surfaces of the cells give out some of the water as thin film. The water from this film evaporates and the water vapor formed saturates in the intracellular spaces. So here we are talking about here the saturation of water vapor taking place. The water vapor then diffuses into the other connecting intracellular spaces and finally reaches the substomatal space from where it escapes through the stomata. So here you can just see the diagram in which there is space that is present just underneath the stomata. The water vapor is coming here, it gets collected here, and from here the water vapor is lost through the opening that is known as stoma or stomatal opening. Now children, this is how the water is lost from the stomatal opening. Now let us understand that more transpiration occurs on the under surface of the leaf than the upper surface. Now before going into the experiment, here you can see that this is a stem and this is a leaf. Now the leaf has got two surfaces. This surface of the leaf is known as upper surface or upper side, and underneath is lower side. The upper surface is known as dorsal side, and under surface or the lower surface is called ventral side. Now let us see the distribution of stomata on the upper side and lower side, whether equal number of stomata are present on both the sides of the leaf, or rather on which side more number of stomata are present. Now before going to this experiment, I just want you to once again recall the function of cobalt chloride paper. Remember children, cobalt chloride paper, when it is not used or when the paper is present as it is, the paper is blue in color. When the cobalt chloride paper comes in contact with moisture, the blue color paper gets converted into pink color. So please remember this. Now let us move to the experiment which will prove which side of the leaf has more stomata than the other side. Now here children, you can just look at this experimental setup. Here the leaf is present intact to the plant, and on upper as well as lower surface of the leaf a strip of cobalt chloride paper is kept, and then it is secured with the help of glass slides. So one strip of cobalt chloride paper is present on the upper surface and another strip of cobalt chloride paper is present under surface of the leaf. This particular plant with this leaf is kept under sunlight for few hours. And after few hours, you have to compare the cobalt chloride paper which is present on the upper side and lower side. So after few hours, it is observed that the under surface of the leaf, the cobalt chloride paper that is present on the under surface of the leaf turns more pink in color quickly than it is present on the upper surface. So here you can say that the cobalt chloride paper takes longer time to turn pink in color on the upper surface of the leaf, and on the lower surface of the leaf the cobalt chloride paper turns pink color rather faster. Why this takes place? This takes place because more number of stomata are present on the lower surface of the leaf than upper surface of the leaf. Since more number of stomata are present on the lower surface of the leaf, more amount of transpiration occurs, due to which faster the cobalt chloride paper is turning from blue to pink. Whereas on the upper surface, since lesser number of stomata are present, the cobalt chloride paper takes longer time to change from blue to pink. Children, here many children they write the answer that on the lower surface the cobalt chloride paper turns blue to pink and upper surface remains blue. That is certainly wrong. On the upper surface also it turns from blue to pink, but the time that is taken is longer. So here you can just read the sentences. On the lower side, the cobalt chloride paper turns blue faster than the upper side. Why? Because more stomata are present on the lower side of the leaf than upper side, because of which more transpiration occurs on the lower surface than on the upper surface. Let us summarize quickly. In this class, we have seen kinds of transpiration, that is cuticular, lenticular, as well as stomatal transpiration, and also we have seen about an experiment which proves that the lower surface of the leaf has more number of stomata than upper surface. Thank you children. Stay home, stay safe. God bless you all.